Okay, good morning, students. So, today we are going to start our chapter 14, that is about the light. Okay, so as all of you know about the light, so simply light is a form of energy which give us sensation of seeing objects. Okay, so light is simply a form of energy. Okay, मतलब एनर्जी की वो फॉर्म जिससे हमें कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट दिखाई देता है, सो दैट इज़ टू बी कॉल्ड एज अ लाइट. Okay, so in the previous classes you have learned about the reflection of the light from the rough and the smooth surface. So in this chapter we will discuss in detail about the reflection of the light, what are the two types of laws of the reflection. Okay, how image is to be formed by the mirror, by the light, and the types of the reflection. Okay, how we can see the things, what do you mean by the multiple images. Okay, and the structure of the human eye, defects of the human eye, and the braille system, and the eye care and the nutrition. Okay, so let us start with our first topic, that is of reflection of light. Okay, so please listen this topic very carefully. So what do you mean by this reflection of light? So the bouncing back of the light from the surface of an object is called as a reflection of light. Okay, means bouncing back of light means when light strike on a plane mirror, then after strike it will bounce back to the different direction. So this phenomena is to be called as a reflection of the light. Okay, so to know about the detail of this reflection of light, how this reflection is to be take place, so we have this diagram. Okay, see it carefully. So in this diagram you have to see, first of all, at the base we have a plane mirror. Okay, so on the plane mirror, when any ray of light is a strike, okay, this is a ray that is came and it will be strike on the mirror. Okay, so that ray which is coming from the outside and strike on the mirror, that is called as a incident ray. Okay, for example, this is a plane mirror. Okay, so any ray came, it strike to the surface and it bounce back to the another surface. Okay, so that ray which came from the outside and strike to the mirror, that ray is called as a incident ray. Okay, that is a incident ray. And that ray which after strike goes to the another direction, means after bouncing back to the another direction, that is called as a reflected ray. Okay, clear? What is incident ray? That ray which came from the outside and strike to the mirror, that is called incident ray. And that ray which after strike goes to the another direction, that is called as a reflected ray. Okay, or in simply you can say that the ray of light that get reflected from the mirror, that is called reflected ray, and that incident on the mirror, that is called incident ray. Okay, next one is more line in between them, that is a normal ray. So what is a normal ray? So the ray that is in between incident ray and reflected ray, that is called normal ray. Okay, what is normal ray? That ray which is present in between the incident and the reflected ray, that is called normal ray. Okay, so one more point is in this diagram, that is the angle of reflection and angle of incidence. Okay, so what do you mean by this angle of incidence and reflected angle? uh, for this, so this is our mirror, this is incident ray, that is reflected ray, at the center we have a normal ray. Okay, so that angle which is, that is our incident ray, mark is I, normal ray are reflected. Okay, so the angle between incident ray and normal ray, okay, that angle between incident ray and normal, that angle is to be called as I angle. I angle represent our angle of incidence. Okay, and the angle between the reflected ray and normal ray, that is called as a reflected angle, that is. Okay, so angle between normal and reflected ray, that is called angle R. So angle R is called as angle of reflection. Okay, clear all the 4 points. First we have done incident ray, that ray come and strike to the mirror, that is called incident ray, and that ray which after reflection goes to another side, that is called reflected ray, and the line between incident and reflected, that is called normal ray. Angle between the incidence and ray and normal ray, that is called angle of incidence, and angle between reflected ray and normal, that is called angle of reflection. Okay, clear all the terms. So next we have the laws of the reflection. So we have two laws of the reflection, law of reflection 1 and second law of reflection. Okay, so according to the first law of reflection, the incident ray, reflected ray and normal ray, means all the three rays, like this is a incident ray, normal ray, reflected ray, they always lie on the same plane. That is our first law of reflection. What is first law of reflection? That incident ray, reflected ray and normal ray all lie on the same plane. Okay, so that is our first law of reflection. Okay, next we have second law of reflection. So according to second law of reflection, that angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. Okay, for example, like incident ray, reflected ray, normal ray, that is our angle of incidence I, and here angle of reflection R. So what is according to second law of reflection? That angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection, means this angle is always equal to this angle. So, okay, so this is our second law of reflection. Okay, clear. So this is all about our reflection phenomena and the first and second law of reflection. Okay, so our next topic is about the characteristics of the image formed by the plane mirror. Okay, to explain the characteristics of the plane mirror, first of all we have an activity. So in this activity we have to find the nature of the image formed by the plane mirror. Okay, so for this what you have to do, this is a simple activity, you can perform at your home also. Okay, for this you have to take anything, not only the flower vase, so you can also take anything like a pen, pencil, book. Okay, so now keep it in front of the plane mirror. Okay, then you will find that its image is formed in the mirror. Yes, also as all of you seen in their daily life. Okay, now place an opaque object like a chart paper vertically behind the mirror. Okay, but image is formed always seen in behind the mirror. Okay, now place that paper in front of the mirror, then you will not be able to see that image. Okay, so what are the causes that you haven't seen that image? So for this we have an this chart. So here you have to write the location behind the mirror or in front of the mirror. So your answer is behind the mirror. Okay, what is the nature of the image? It is real or erect? So it is always real and erect. Okay, next we have size of image, enlarged or same, that is a same. Okay, distance equal or unequal, at a same distance you will find the image. Laterally inverted, no or yes? Yes, it is laterally inverted. So, okay, so all these are the characteristics of the images. Okay, so let us discuss one by one. So first we have the image is formed behind the mirror. Yes, the image formed is always virtual and erect. Okay, means yes, virtual and the erect. Next image will be formed behind the mirror. okay, always formed behind the mirror. That's why you find that when you move closer to the mirror, your image also seems to move closer to you. Similarly, when you move away from the mirror, your image will also seems to move away from the mirror. Okay, so it means that the distance between the object and mirror is always equal to the distance between the mirror and the image. Okay, in the last point, the image formed by the plane mirror is laterally inverted. What do you mean by the lateral inversion? It means that your right side of the any object or your right side of your body is always appear to be left side in the mirror. Okay, so this phenomena by which we see our left side in the mirror as a right side, so this property is to be called as lateral inversion. Okay, clear the all the characteristics that is formed by the image formed by the mirror. Okay, so first point is always formed behind the mirror. Image formed is always virtual. Third, image size and object size is almost equal, always equal, and image is erect and not the inverted. Image will be formed as far behind the mirror as the object in front of it, and the image formed by the plane mirror is always laterally inverted, means they will show lateral inversion. Okay, clear all this point? So next we have an activity to show that characteristics of the lateral inversion. For this you have to draw any four object at the four corner of the sheet of the paper. Now hold the sheet in front of the mirror and observe its image. Okay, then the object you have to draw on the right side will be appear on the left side, and that have drawn on the left side that will be appear on the right side. Okay, so this phenomena shows the lateral inversion. So this activity can also be performed by you at home. Okay, so our next topic is about the types of the reflection. Okay, so before starting the type of the reflection, we have some terms, like we have first term is beam of light. What do you mean by the beam of light? So a single ray, for example, this is a single. Okay, so it is a single line of light that is called as a ray. Okay, and when there is a group of rays coming from the same direction, that is called as a beam of light. For example, this is, so when number of rays come from the same direction, so that is called beam of light. Okay, next we have beam of light can be of three types: parallel beam of light, convergent, and the divergent beam of light. So first have parallel beam of light. So in this diagram you have to see the parallel beam of light. It means beam of light, all the rays coming from the outside always present in the same direction and always parallel to the each other. Okay, when all rays coming are parallel to each other and always in the same direction, that is called parallel beam of light. Okay, next we have convergent beam of light. So that beam of light which actually meet or appear to meet at a point. Okay, for example, second diagram. So in this diagram you will see the all rays coming, but they all meet at the same point. For example, rays coming and all rays appear to meet, not actually meet, but appear to meet at a same point, that is called convergent beam of light. Third, we have divergent beam of light. So that beam of light which actually appear to spread from a point. Okay, means it is the opposite of the convergent beam. In the convergent, rays are coming and appear to meet at a point, but in the divergent beam of light they are actually spread from that point. For example, there is a one common point and all rays appear to coming from that point, means they are moving apart from each other, so that is called as a divergent beam of light. Okay, so when parallel beam of light falls on the polished surface, it is reflected back in one direction, whereas when parallel beam of light falls on the rough surface, it is reflected back in many directions. Okay, so depending on the on the basis of this reflecting surfaces, we have to divide reflection is of two types, regular reflection and the diffuse reflection. Okay, so this first we have a regular reflection. What do you mean by the regular reflection? So it is shown in this diagram. This is a regular reflection. So here you will see the surface we have taken, that is a polished surface or the plane or the smooth surface. Okay, so it is also called as a specular reflection. Okay, it is a reflection from the polished surface. Here reflected ray are parallel to each other, means all ray that came are parallel to each other, and the image is seen in the reflecting surfaces. It can be seen in a plane mirror, unused stainless steel plate or the water. Okay, so when rays strike to the polished or the smooth surface, all rays they will be reflected in the same direction or always in the parallel to each other. Okay, so this type of reflection in which rays coming parallel and after reflection goes parallel to another direction, that is called as a regular reflection. Okay, second type we have a diffused reflection. So this is the diagram of the diffused reflection. So in this you will see our surface is not a polished surface, it is a rough surface. Okay, like this is a straight line, so this is a polished surface, but here you have to see surface is not a plane, it is just like a wavy in nature, means that surface is a rough surface. Okay, so the rough surface is, it will produce the diffuse reflection. Okay, it is also known as a irregular reflection. Okay, so in this you have to see rays are coming from the parallel to each other, but after reflection one ray goes to this side, other to this side, third to this side, means they will not reflected back to the parallel to each other. Okay, so this type of reflection is to be called as a diffused reflection. Okay, clear up to this point? So this is all difference between the regular reflection and the diffused reflection. समझ आ गया कि रेगुलर रिफ्लेक्शन में हमने क्या बोला था कि पैरेलल रेज आ रही हैं और पैरेलल ही वो रिफ्लेक्ट हो रही हैं, लेकिन सेकंड में हमने देखा कि पैरेलल आ तो रही थी इंसिडेंट रे, जो रिफ्लेक्टेड रे थी वो पैरेलल नहीं जा रही थी, वो किसी और डायरेक्शन में जा रही थी, क्योंकि वहाँ पे उनकी जो सरफेस थी वो रफ़ नहीं थी, वो रफ़ सरफेसेस थी, जिसके कारण क्या हुआ कि वो किसी भी डायरेक्शन के अंदर चली गई. ठीक है, तो इस टाइप के रिफ्लेक्शन को हम क्या बोलते हैं, डिफ्यूज्ड रिफ्लेक्शन. Okay, clear up to this topic? Okay, so our next topic is about how do we see the things. So this is a very common topic that you have already studied in your previous classes about the two type of the object. One is a luminous object, other is a non-luminous object. Luminous and non-luminous object. So what is the difference between luminous and non-luminous? So that object which can produce their light on, that are called as a luminous object. For example, bulb, sun, okay, and other lighting objects, torch, stars, all they produce their own light, so they emit on their light, so that are called luminous object. And that object which don't produce their light on or emit their light on, that are called non-luminous object. So in our daily life you have to see bench, table, book, pen, all these things are the non-luminous because they don't emit their own light. They emit their light only when any luminous object will be present in between them. Okay, so we see the luminous object from the light it emit and non-luminous object from the light it reflect. Okay, so non-luminous object only we can see only at that point when any luminous object will fall its light on it, and after reflection we will see the object of non-luminous type. Okay, so we can conclude that there are three conditions necessary for us to be able to see the object. दैट मस्ट बी ए सोर्स ऑफ लाइट, मतलब अगर आपने किसी भी नॉन ल्यूमिनस ऑब्जेक्ट को देखना है तो फर्स्ट कंडीशन उसके लिए क्या चाहिए होगी, दैट देयर मस्ट बी ए सोर्स ऑफ लाइट, वहाँ पे कोई ना कोई लाइट ऑफ सोर्स होना चाहिए, जैसे कोई बल्ब हो गया या कोई टॉर्च होगी। सो विदाउट, जैसे अंधेरा हो जाए, बिल्कुल भी डार्कनेस हम कर दे तो हमें कुछ भी दिखाई नहीं देता, क्योंकि वहाँ पे कोई ल्यूमिनस ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं होती, कोई लाइट प्रेजेंट नहीं होती, और विदाउट लाइट हम कोई भी चीज़ें नहीं देख सकते। दिन टाइम हम सारी चीज़ें क्यों देखते हैं, क्योंकि सनलाइट होती है, सनलाइट के रिफ्लेक्शन की वजह से हमें जो नॉन ल्यूमिनस ऑब्जेक्ट है वो देख सकते हैं। ओके, सेकंड है द लाइट मस्ट स्ट्राइक द ऑब्जेक्ट, कि ऑब्जेक्ट भी सनलाइट, सोर्स ऑफ लाइट तो है आपके पास, लेकिन वो ऑब्जेक्ट आपको तभी दिखेगा अगर वो सोर्स ऑफ लाइट उस ऑब्जेक्ट के ऊपर स्ट्राइक कर रहा है। ठीक है, अगर वो स्ट्राइक नहीं कर रहा है इसका मतलब वो उसको रिफ्लेक्ट नहीं करेगा। ठीक है, सो थर्ड पॉइंट इज़ द लाइट मस्ट बी रिफ्लेक्टेड फ्रॉम द ऑब्जेक्ट टू द आई। ओके, अब थर्ड कंडीशन ये है कि आपके पास सोर्स ऑफ लाइट भी है, लाइट स्ट्राइक भी कर रही है, लेकिन स्ट्राइक करके अगर वो आपकी आइज़ तक पहुंच रही है तो वो आपकी थर्ड कंडीशन है। ठीक है, लाइट आफ्टर स्ट्राइकिंग रीचेस टू योर आइज, देन यू विल सी द ऑब्जेक्ट, अदरवाइज यू कांट सी एनी ऑब्जेक्ट। Okay, clear all the 3 points, how do we can see the things and what are the condition necessary to see the objects. So our first point is there must be a source of light, light must strike on the object, and the light must be reflected from the object to the eye. Okay, clear the topic. So here we have some do you know question. We can see object at all the places from every direction because of the irregular reflection. Okay, एंड द कंडीशन रिक्वायर्ड टू सी एन ऑब्जेक्ट, ये तो हमने रीड कर ली। ठीक है, सो अवर नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज अबाउट द मल्टीपल इमेजेस। व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय द मल्टीपल इमेजेस? सो योर मदर मेक्स अ न्यू हेयर स्टाइल, गो टू द पार्टी, शी वॉन्ट्स टू सी इट हाउ लुकिंग बट शी कांट सी बैक ऑफ हर हेड, हाउ विल यू हेल्प हर? सो यू विल होल्ड अ स्मॉल मिरर, so you will hold a small mirror back to her head so that she can see her hairstyle in the mirror in front of her. So this is possible because of the multiple images. So the multiple reflection is the phenomena in which we can get the multiple images of the object, because image formed by the one mirror act as an object for the second mirror. ओके, सो दिस इज़ अबाउट द मल्टीपल रिफ्लेक्शन। जैसे अगर आप देखोगे, अगर आप दो मिरर को मतलब परपेंडिकुलर एक दूसरे के साथ रखोगे तो आपको 3-4 इमेजेस उसकी दिखाई देंगी। ठीक है, ये एक्टिविटी यू कैन ऑल्सो परफॉर्म एट योर होम। सो व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, ऑन द पेज नंबर 232 डायग्राम इज टू बी ड्रॉन. So here you can see the how you place both the mirrors and one object at the center of the mirror, and you will find the 4 images of the one object. Okay, in the 2 mirror you will find the 4 images, 3 images. So this is called as the multiple reflection. Okay, clear. So next we have a formula to calculate the number of images formed in the multiple reflection. So this what is this formula? So our formula is n is equal to 360 by theta minus 1. Okay, so this is our formula. So number of images n is equal to 360 degree by theta. Theta means angle at which you have to place that mirror, minus 1. So it will become the formula to find the number of images. Okay, for example in the first example you have to see that you have to calculate the number of images formed when the angle between the two mirror is 72 degree. So the number of images formed is equal to 360 by 72 minus 1. Your answer will be equal to 4 images are to be formed. Okay, next we example, what will be the angle between two mirrors if the number of images formed is 18. Now your number of images n is given and you have to find the angle between the mirror, then your answer is equal to, so our n is equal to 360 by theta. So this is our formula. So minus 1, now take this minus 1 on this side and equation will become n plus 1 is equal to 360 by theta. So you have to find the theta. So for that number of images given 8 plus 1 9 इज इक्वल टू 360 बाई थीटा. सो 8 + 1 इज इक्वल टू 9. सो 9 आ गया हमारा दिस साइड और थीटा को ऊपर ले गए. सो अवर आंसर विल बिकम 360 - 9 इज इक्वल टू 40 डिग्री. इट मीन्स एंगल बिटवीन द टू मिरर is to be 40 degree. After that 8 images are to be formed. Okay, so number of images formed, it will be depend upon the angle between the two mirrors. Okay, so greater the angle, less number of images are to be formed. Okay, less angle, more images are to be formed. Okay, clear this phenomena. So our next topic is about the our next phenomena is about the dispersion. What do you mean by the dispersion? So phenomena of splitting of light into its component color, that is called dispersion of light. मीन्स जब लाइट किसी अपने क्योंकि लाइट जो है हमारी वो 7 कलर से मिलके बनी है, ठीक है. तो वो 7 कलर जब डिफरेंट कलर्स के अंदर डिवाइड होते हैं या स्प्लिट होते हैं, ब्रेक होते हैं, तो उस फिनोमेना को हम क्या बोलते हैं? डिस्पर्जन. Okay, so splitting of light into 7 color is to be called as the dispersion. In the set of 7 colors formed after splitting from the white light, that is called as the spectrum of the white light. Okay, so this dispersion phenomena you have to seen in the rainbow. How rainbow is to be formed? Like this. So this rainbow is also formed by the process or the phenomena of the dispersion phenomena. So rainbow is formed only when there is a rain. So after rain, the rain droplets, water droplets are to be present in the water. Okay, just a minute. For example, so these are the rain droplets. Okay, so when sunlight came, after passing through this water droplet, it break into 7 colors. Okay, matlab these 7 colors. So after splitting into 7 color, we have to see this rainbow. So rainbow will consist of 7 color. These 7 colors are known as VIBGYOR. Okay, so here V for a violet color. Violet color. I means indigo color. ठीक है. B means blue color. G for green color. Y for yellow color. O for orange color and red for a R for a red color. So these are the 7 colors present in the rainbow. So rainbow is formed by the dispersion of the light. Okay, clear up to this topic. So next topic we will do in our next video. So this is a part 1 of your chapter. Okay.